1943, Bengal, India. They were facing a nightmare under the British rule. Millions of people were starving. By the end of the famine, about 3 million people had died, making it one of the worst tragedies in human history. But this disaster was not only caused by nature. Many historians believe government decisions made the situation far worse. At the time, Britain was being led by Winston Churchill during World War II. Food was being moved around the world to support the war effort. Large amounts of grain were redirected away from Bengal to feed British troops and civilians in other parts of the war zone. Some British officials in India begged London to send emergency food to Bengal, but their requests were repeatedly delayed or ignored. Churchill reportedly made harsh remarks about Indians and even blamed them for their own suffering. His comments shocked many people, even some within his own government. At the same time, ships carrying wheat from Australia passed near India, but were sent elsewhere or stored in reserves instead of being delivered to the starving population. Across the ocean, the United States also knew about the famine. Reports reached Franklin D. Roosevelt, the President of the United States. But the war against Adolf Hitler was the top priority, and Britain was America's closest ally. Criticizing Churchill during the war was politically difficult, so little action was taken. While powerful governments argued and delayed, help started coming from unexpected places. An Indian ruler, Ganga Singh, decided he could not wait for permission. He reportedly began selling parts of his own wealth, jewels, gold, and palace valuables, to buy grain. He organized food convoys to send supplies into Bengal. British authorities warned him that interfering with wartime supply systems could be considered a serious offense, but he refused to stop. He reportedly told them that if they wanted to arrest him, they could, but the people had to eat first. Soon, others joined the effort. Leaders from the state of Hyderabad state, including Mir Osman Ali Khan, contributed resources. Sikh temples, Muslim charities, and local Indian groups organized food distribution networks. Even refugees helped. Polish families who had escaped the horrors of Nazi occupation of Poland and found shelter in India shared what little food they had with starving Bengali communities. In many ways, the people who had lived under colonial rule for generations ended up helping each other survive when governments failed them. By 1944, the famine finally began to ease, but by then, millions had already died. Churchill never publicly apologized for his role in the crisis. Years later, when British wartime records were opened to historians, many were shocked by how harsh and dismissive some of his comments had been. Today, in Calcutta, there are memorials honoring the victims of the famine. Yet debates about responsibility continue. Historians still argue about how much blame should fall on wartime policies, colonial rule, and global politics. What remains certain is this: millions suffered, millions died, and ordinary people often stepped in to help when powerful governments did not.